California's race for governor is nearly a dead heat. A new public policy poll shows Democrat Gavin Newsom leading fellow Democrat Antonio Villaraigosa 23 to 21%. Republican John Cox is now in third at 9%. In California, the top two vote getters in the primary go to the general regardless of party. Several of the candidates were in San Diego today. Our 10 News reporter Matt Boone pinned them down on some key issues.
Former Los Angeles Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa was the first to address the Western Indian Gaming Conference this afternoon. We spoke backstage, starting with his nearly 10-point rise in the polls.
I think our message of growing the economy and growing middle-class jobs is starting to get attention from people.
On the issue of housing affordability, he says he wants to make permitting easier and establish a state housing trust fund like he did in Los Angeles.
This is a crisis, and it's a crisis that's going to require the state to partner with cities.
On immigration, he vowed to do what the state can to provide for undocumented immigrants.
We're going to mark a different path. We want these young people to get an education, to be able to get the skills they need to be successful.
Next up was Delane Easton, the former California State Superintendent of Public Instruction. Education still a top priority for her.
When you look at a state that's, building Cadillac prisons and run-down schools, you have to really wonder where our values are.
Values, she says, definitely aren't aligned with President Donald Trump.
So I say to Donald Trump, keep your mitts off California.
She says that includes creating a single-payer health care market for the state.
We have to take care of every person. There are real consequences to not doing that.
Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom agrees, touting the universal system he implemented as a former mayor of San Francisco, a role he says also makes him the best candidate to solve the state's homelessness crisis.
And I'm going to finally end the drought of support as the next governor.
And despite his vocal stance against the Trump administration, he says he wants to tackle issues that affect all Californians.
26 counties went for Donald Trump, most of them in the inland part of the state and in the sort of dominantly coastal blue state. We've got to mind that gap. We've got to address that politics, and we've got to address the issues as well.
In Valley Center, Matt Boone, 10 News.